In this video, we'll talk about how to use digital color models and color profiles. This information applies to working in Photoshop, as well as just about any other software that works with digital images. It's important information to know because color is among the most powerful expressive tools for artists and designers to communicate. But the way that colors are defined in digital files is unique and not necessarily intuitive. Your choice of color settings is important, and it might determine what colors can or can't be shown in a print or a screen image. Digital color models are standards for defining colors numerically. They give us a predictable way to break down individual colors into one or more numerical components that define them. Some examples of that might include the grayscale color model, which is used to show tones in black and white images. Here, one number from 0 to 255 represents a value of light or dark. Another example is the RGB color system, which stands for red, green, and blue, where three numbers, each ranging from 0 to 255, combine together to make an individual color. CMYK is another common digital color model consisting of four percentages, one each for the colors cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. The main reason we have different color models is the difference between a screen-based and a printed image. Screens make colors by mixing the additive primary colors of red, green, and blue and transmitting them into your eye. Reflective media, like printer paper, uses subtractive primary colors cyan, magenta, yellow, and black to absorb light and reflect back just the colors we want you to see. In addition to a color model, digital image files may be tagged with a color profile, sometimes also called a color space. This is the specific set of colors within a given model that will be used in a file. Color profiles help keep colors consistent between image data, on-screen display, and printed colors. Some example color profiles within the RGB color model include Adobe RGB 1998, sRGB, and ProPhoto RGB. But why would we need different color profiles? To explain, let's define a term called gamut. That is the range of colors that can be accurately represented by a color profile. We can see here on the right the visible color spectrum, all the colors that the human eye can see. So think of this kind of like a color wheel. The reason it's shaped like this is that it makes it a little bit easier to illustrate the different gamuts of two common color profiles. We could look at a profile like the swap CMYK. Here, the grayed out parts of the spectrum won't reproduce accurately. Now, it can actually be an advantage to have fewer colors in a profile because it's easier to make sure all the colors match between the image data, what's shown on screen, and a printed version. That's why this color profile is often used for commercial printing where colors need to be exact and consistent, like in a logo. Let's compare it to the ProPhoto RGB profile, which has a much larger color gamut. Now, this is an advantage for reproducing photographic imagery, which usually has lots of colors and tones, but more challenging since there are some colors in this profile that can't be shown without a special screen and/or specialized printers. Let's jump into Photoshop and look at some practical ways for dealing with color models and color profiles in a file. I've got the file bird.jpg open from this week's demo files, but these steps will work on any file. First, we can check a file's color model by clicking on Image in the menu bar and then Mode. Notice this file is in RGB color mode, and if we want to, we could switch to a different color model. So maybe I'd like to switch this to grayscale by clicking on grayscale. Notice now that I'm getting some warnings about discarding color information. Often, converting the color model will delete information from your file, and that is a permanent change you won't be able to recover after you close it. So let's go ahead and click Edit Undo from the menu bar to backtrack. To check a file's color profile in Photoshop, click Edit, Convert to Profile from the menu bar. You'll see the current profile listed under source space at the top of the Convert to Profile dialog. From there, you could click Cancel or convert to a different color profile. Let's convert this to the ProPhoto RGB profile, and I'll start that by clicking the drop-down next to Destination Profile under Destination Space, and just click on ProPhoto RGB. Under the conversion options, I want to leave the engine set to Adobe Ace. For the types of images we'll be working with in this unit, we'll most likely want to set the intent to perceptual and leave black point compensation checked. Then we'll just hit OK, and we've converted our profile. Okay, that's an overview of color models and color profiles in digital images.